Thank you for your question. I think as you are coming into the center, you have already seen some signals to yourself. Right from the gate, you have seen the influx of patients has reduced. And when you came in, you have seen patient on admission has drastically reduced. As you can see, empty beds, and there are no doctors on ground. You can bear me witness that you have not seen a single doctor on duty. I, by name Dr. Ibrahim Doran, the president of this center, as well as the chairman special duties to the National Association of Resident Doctors, has ensured that the residents has fully complied with the national directives. We are very sorry to the fellow Nigerian. We are very sorry to the common man. We know this will affect very much the common man. But our demand, 19 demand, has long overdue. Over 2 years, these are demands that have stayed. Some of them is not more than 2 years. Some of them is more than 7 years. And the government has not responded. Earlier this year, we have given a warning strike of more than 3, 4, 5 months ago. We have given a warning strike of 1 week, where it looked like the government, the only language that the government can understood is for us to down to. Prior to the commencement of this strike, we have given an ultimatum of 30 days, and the government is not yet to respond. I think if there is sincerity of purpose, the government should have done something within that 30 days. It is only at the last minute where we extend a little by 6 days to hand over hospital liabilities as well as the equipment to the management as well as the consultants. That is when the government started making some response. And from us, we realized that this is the only language that the government can understand, and we stay adamant that we are not going to our demand must be met. And that is why we tag this strike total, indefinite, and comprehensive. There is not going to be any compromise until that 19 demand has been met. The demands is well known to everybody in the nation. One is about issue of excessive working hours, whereby a doctor will stay for 48, 72 hours on duty. As such, we have lost a lot of doctors. More than 5 doctors has lost their life. And you know, once you lose your life, it cannot be, you cannot come back. And there is no compensation. There is no incentivization as it relates to the work hours. A dangerous doctor, a doctor that works excessively is a dangerous doctor. Any doctor that works beyond 24 hours, I, as a common man, as a patient, I would not like to see that doctor because it's a dangerous doctor. Secondly, it's about issue of one-for-one replacement. When doctors leave due to this JAPA syndrome, for you as the management to recruit, it will take to hold the bull by the horn before you can get a replacement, a waiver from the national, from the Federal Ministry of Health, before you can replace that doctor. And as such, the body is going to the few that remain. The next thing is about the hospital equipment as well as the manpower that I've said earlier. Then areas. There are areas that have lingered for 2 years, 3 years. Mind you, there is no government officials that is owing the governor more than 1 year areas. But here we are owing almost 2, 3 years areas. And government has not paid us. Doctors are starving. Doctors are in really need for their welfare to be looked into by the federal government. There is issue of house officers. House officers should also be placed at an appropriate level in a civil service where they belong. There are issues as it relates to specialist allowance, upgrading our specialist certificate. Look at, for instance, when you go with the certificate of specialist to our neighboring country like Ghana, you will be recognized as a specialist. But here in Nigeria, despite staying for 5 years, 3 years on training, you have acquired your certificate, you have paid a huge amount of money, and the government will not recognize your certificate. Our certificate has been downgraded to category 4, which is very uncalled for. I think this is the right time to get it or forget it, and we are really ready to get it at the right time this time around. There is not going to be compromise, as I've said. We are going to comply with the strike, and we are not going to compromise all our night. Well, that is actually truth. The federal government has released the sum of 41.3 billion naira to settle part of the areas. But however, there are remaining areas, and it's not just for doctors, it's for the all health workers. Imagine, National Association of Resident Doctors member comprises of 70% of total healthcare workers, the doctors. 70%. 70% of the doctors currently in the nation are undergoing strike indefinitely, and the government is not yet ready to respond to other demands. It is showing that even if the government came out to publicize that they have released 41.3 billion naira, we are not just fighting for areas. We are not just fighting for our pocket. We are fighting for the total welfare so that the common man and the patient will benefit maximally. So it's not about issue of releasing areas. That releasing areas, in fact, it is even complicating matters because we have pending issues that are yet to be settled. I have told you issues of hospital equipment, issues of one-for-one replacement, issues of upgrade to our specialists, and then there are other major issues. 5 doctors in FMC Lokoja has been sacked for over a year. Imagine those doctors, 5 of them, because of political reason or one or the other, they have been sacked. They have family to feed, they have relatives, they have children to take to school, and they have been sacked indefinitely. We are also calling for the government to look into affairs of those 5 doctors and bring them back on board. It's not just issue of areas. It's about issues of our 19 demand, and that is why we didn't compromise. Despite paying that part of the areas, we stay on our tentacle that our demand must be met. Well, this is a popular saying. I think even the common man should also consider our situation that we are currently in now. It is a very painful decision for us. In fact, we are not happy to take this decision, but we have been pushed to the wall. And as such, we have to take this decision for their own sake, for their own benefit. You and I know that the top government official and the politician, they don't seek healthcare here where we are. They flew outside to seek for their health and well-being. For the common man, this is the only hope he has. And for us to come at his rescue, we really need to do something that it will call the attention of the government as well as the Federal Ministry of Health to know that something is going wrong and the common man is really suffering. We are appealing to the common man that things at the end of it, it is going to be win for all of us. That is our prayer. So my on call for my members, as you can see, all my members has fully complied with the strike. Currently now, I'm together with the chairman and strike monitoring committee, who is going to say 1 or 2 words. We are going around to see who is any doctor that is found one thing or the other on duty or doing anything to sabotage the strike. He is going to be penalized. I'm assure you in that. But I know my members, they are law-abiding. They are really in tandem with the National Association of Resident Doctors, and that is why, as we can go around, we have seen all places is empty, and you cannot